Good morning, Wilmington. It's your main man, Ray Hancock. Some of my friends call me Fame Man. Make sure y'all tuning in to DETV. Shout out to my main man, Big Ivan. Shout out to Vincenzo, the hottest morning show in the whole state of Delaware. Y'all keep it locked, man. Let's go.
Welcome back on the Plaza. We are here with an awesome talent, awesome person, and you might know him from Are You Ready for Some Basketball? The Emcee of the Delaware Bluecoats and the 76ers is here, right here on the Plaza with Vincenzo and myself, Ray Fame Hancock, but I call him Fame. What's up,
You
Fame?
call me Fame, man. First of all, I gotta give my guys flowers, man. Big Ivan and the lovely Vincenzo. Thank y'all so much for having me here.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I actually known this guy for a while. We go way, way back. And I brought y'all some gifts. I brought y'all some swag. I'm gonna give that out before I forget.
Okay.
Because I come bearing gifts. I try to always come bearing gifts.
You got gifts for us?
We got some gifts for him. I'll hook him up.
Shoot.
Now, one of these is for Vincenzo.
Okay.
And one of these is for you. Hold on. Yeah, because one of them, we got, one of the t-shirts is for the ladies.
Okay, thank you,
That's
sir.
for you, and this is for Vincenzo.
Yo, I tell you what.
Y'all got some swag in there.
Damn.
This is
And that ain't on the
awesome.
street.
Say that one in my joint.
Look
That
at
ain't
this.
on the street, so
No.
you know that's
Look at
exclusive.
that.
So.
Yo, this is gonna be in the office right
Shout
here.
out to
at
the
that.
Sixers, man.
This
And them
is
Delaware
awesome. Ray,
Bluecoats.
thank you so much.
Ray brought a
Really,
whole
such a
swag bag, man.
that.
Thank you guys. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you,
man.
bro.
Proud of you, man. Just want to say, man, you one of my original mentors. Just coming up in the game, known you forever since literally the basement. So I'm proud of you, man. Proud of you.
We was out in the front of my yard shooting the commercials and everything.
Yes, bro. And it's just a pleasure to be here, man. Proud of you and Vincenzo. Of course, the
Thank
show
you,
is
man.
amazing, man.
This
It's
is
an
great.
honor and a privilege
Look
to be
at
here,
this.
man.
Look at this.
But we're
right
proud
here.
of you. I'm proud of you, man, because knowing your story on how you got started, like, and I'm gonna just abbreviate it real quick. Like,
Yes,
Fame
please.
was supposed, like, your boy wanted to go try out.
Yeah.
For the 76ers.
For the yeah.
And you was like, look, I'll drive, I'll take you.
Yo.
And you went to call him and he wasn't ready or something.
Yeah, so my man's actually, so what happened was they have tryouts for 76er Entertainment pretty much every year at the their training facility in Camden, which is where our whole entertainment division, they do their tryouts every year. And a friend of mine, actually Gary, shout out to my man Gary, who I worked a lot with in film and marketing and branding. He sent me a invitation one time. He was like, yo, we doing tryouts for 76er Entertainment, actually for the dunk squad. And if you guys ever been to the games, those are the guys that run and jump off the trampolines, like amazing athletes. They be running, jumping, flipping. I couldn't do any of that. But I was like, I'm still going. Because I was always a big Sixers fan. And for me, it was just about the opportunity to honestly just go to their training facility and just be in the building. I always tell people, like, that's the first part, just being in the building. So my guy, it was funny because I was like, yo, you gonna ride with me? He was like, man, I'm a little hungover, man. He was like, just stop and get me a McChicken sandwich and we're gonna go up there. So we got McChicken from McDonald's. We went up there to the training facility, man, and the rest was history, man. We went in there, we saw all these incredible like performers. They like literally in there dancing, running, jumping off trampolines. Like I swear to God, like I was tired by the time I finished stretching, bro. Like I couldn't even. And then like they had to like run and jump off the trampoline and I couldn't even touch the rim, bro. It was a disaster. So it was funny though because like we all had to kind of like break off into groups and do a small performance. And the guy that was kind of leading the practice, shout out to my man Darnell, Derek Hayes, George, everybody from 76ers ENT. He was like, do whatever you want, just freestyle. He was like, you just got to put on a show. And me being me, like I just literally just grabbed the microphone because I couldn't do anything else.
Right.
And I started like freestyling over like this Will Smith beat. And people was like, I didn't know we could grab the mic. And he was like, I never said that you couldn't, right? And from there, he was like, he heard that I was from Delaware. And this is when they were just initially building the field house in Delaware.
Right.
So once I told him I was from Delaware and he was like impressed with, what I did, it was like the rest was history from there. Yeah. So I was dug in with the Bluecoats. And this is my third official year with the Bluecoats and my first year working with the 76ers.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Told you.
That's awesome. I love that.
So hard work, just going out and just trying different things has
yeah.
been a reward for you. Now, you've been on Jaguar commercials as a brand ambassador.
Yeah.
And what other brand jobs you
I've worked in film, it's funny, since probably about 2016. And it's just funny, like the power of like just positive thinking and just being committed to yourself. Because I kind of told myself in 2016, I was like, I want to start working in film. I want to start working in television. And a friend of mine, Gary, the same guy that introduced me to the 76ers ENT, we promoted a show called Brain Dead on CBS together, which was not the best show, I'm not gonna lie, but we did a promo with that where, like, you know, they interviewed us, we were on the news. Then I had an opportunity just from being in the marketing and branding business, just honestly to connect with good people, because I'm not necessarily an actor per se,
Right.
but I do value entertainment.
Right.
I feel like that's the common denominator,
Yeah.
like in any field, whether it's sports, fashion, movies, music, you know, people want to be entertained.
Right.
So that was kind of my passion.
Yeah.
And from there, I had opportunities to work in some commercials. Of course, I did a Jaguar commercial. I did some background work with Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, did you?
I had a couple clips on there as well the last season. I was also in Creed 2.
Right.
I had a little cameo in that as well.
What scene?
I was in the scene. It's actually funny because there's a scene when Drago like knocks Michael B. Jordan out, and I'm sitting right behind
The fight scene.
Dolph Lundgren, which was his father, and I'm like reacting like, oh snap, like, because the thing about me, I'm a big sports guy, so I was in the building like, this is right after Black Panther, like Michael B. Jordan's right there, Tessa Thompson's right there. We're like, I'm just in the building, just excited.
Right,
Like I
right.
think I'm at like
You're
a real
starstruck,
boxing
yeah.
match, right? Like I'm like really enjoying myself. But I just feel like a lot of the times just having a positive attitude, outlook, and just being in the right place at the right time, knowing the right people has helped me
Right.
tremendously over the years.
It's not really what you know, it's who you know, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
And you've touched on that a couple of times about putting yourself in the right environment, making sure you're there, not knowing what to expect, maybe not having the resume.
Right.
But I think what I've learned about you in the first few minutes of chatting with you, Fame, is that you are not afraid to take risks. And I think that's why you are successful.
Yeah,
You're taking risks every single day. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. And you're like, you know what? I don't know. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to try.
Absolutely.
That's half the battle.
Absolutely.
It's just
I
going
agree.
for it and throw yourself out there and
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you are successful and continuing to thrive in your career. So let's talk about hosting. I want to talk more about the 76ers Field House and the Delaware Bluecoats, which I've yet to attend a game.
Don't worry, you'll be there. You'll be there
Ivan.
this year, this
He's
season.
gonna
I
get
want
you
to
down
go.
there.
I want to go. Talk about what it's like to host.
So honestly, that was my second official hosting job. I've done hosting for auto shows, other brands, but me, I'm honestly just a really big basketball guy. Like I tell people all the time, like they're not helping my basketball addiction at all, at all, because I love the game. I love everything about it, the camaraderie, the competitiveness. And for me, it's electric. Like when you go down to the field house, for people that don't know, the Delaware Bluecoats is the 76ers G League team, or what we call the farm team. It used to be the D League for development. So what happens is when you got cases where players from the 76ers get hurt or injured or get COVID or what have you, they do what's called a call-up, where they send our Delaware Bluecoats up to play for the Sixers. So a lot of times when you go down to the field house, you're going to see 76ers players there, right? Like they're all over the place. B-Ball Paul, Charlie Brown Jr., these guys are very accessible. So I always remind people, that's what I was telling my friend, I said, you guys start with the Bluecoats, because you're gonna go and actually be able to really be next to these players, have a little bit of a more closer, intimate experience with them. And then obviously, you'll see them up with the Sixers as well. But for me, man, I love it. I love the game. We love our fans. We have some of the best entertainment in the NBA. Like I said, our guys, they run, they flip, they're jumping off trampolines. It's like amazing. So I always give them their flowers.
And then you got Cody.
And then you got Coach. Shout out to Cody,
Shout out
man.
to Cody.
Shout out to the Bluecoats, and shout out to Coach Joe Richmond, man. Alex Yell, our whole crew is just phenomenal.
They're family.
Yeah.
It's like being with the Bluecoats, because we produce and distribute their basketball games on DETV, right? And we've been with them for about 4 years, 3 years, going on 4 years. And this will be our fourth season. And it's been one big family. So when you walk into that studio, that the field house, everyone knows you on a first name basis, from the security guards to Cody. Cody will come up to you, because Cody don't talk. He give you the nod, right? Give you a pound or do some backflips or whatever. And so you see a lot, and you have a family fun atmosphere at the Bluecoats, and then you're accompanied by his voice, Are y'all ready for some basketball? And his hat, because he's
and the
always
energy.
he wears his signature brim.
I'm a man of many hats, I will say. I got a lot of hats, a little bit of hair.
And he's crazy fashionable on the court, right?
Shout out to my co-host Cheyenne too.
Oh yeah, Cheyenne, she's dope as well.
Yeah, she's the
But
best.
you know what? I think I know somebody that works there as well. DJ Andrew Hugh. Sound
Oh yeah,
familiar?
DJ Hugh.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, I
DJ
think
Hugh.
he's been DJing for the Coats or the 76ers. Which one or both?
So both. So
Both,
like,
right?
the funny thing about 76ers ENT is that we're one big team, but we cover the Delaware Blue Coats as well as the Sixers. So DJ Ghost is our primary
Right,
DJ for
Ghost,
the Sixers, and Hugh is our primary DJ for the Blue Coats. But you know, they all work together.
Right.
Because when we're in arena, we have about 4 or 5 DJs actually up at the center.
At the center.
Okay.
Yeah.
But DJ Hugh will traditionally DJ at the field house. If it's not him, it'll be him or DJ Ghost.
Gotcha.
So yeah, those are my
Good
guys.
music. Good music.
Oh yeah.
And I also want to touch on the latest feature he was in, the Hustle.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
tell
Adam
us about
Sandler.
that. We really enjoyed.
How
the
was
movie.
that,
So
man?
tell us what
Oh,
the experience
man.
was.
That was amazing, man.
On
Shout out
set.
to the Sandman. Shout out, we was #1 on Netflix for a minute, man.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Like I said, it's funny because I feel like a lot of people thought that I might have had the opportunity because I worked with the Sixers, but it was really kind of the opposite because I was already working in film and background. So like when I went on set, like I said, like me, I'm like a kid in the candy store. Like I'm in the building. I'm like, yo,
Right there.
we was at Girard College, and you know, I'm in the gym, and you know, you're sitting there, and you have actors, extras. You know, a lot of people, they're acting. They don't necessarily know these players and stuff. So I'm in the gym. You know, Trey Young walks in, Anthony Edwards walks in, Tobias Harris walks in. I'm like, I'm like, let's go. You know what I mean?
Right.
And this girl, she's like, who's that? Who are these people?
And they
I'm like,
giving you love because they know you.
right, and I see these guys up close all the time, like,
Yeah.
and I'm still such a big fan of theirs.
Right.
Like, I really appreciate the culture.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I was on set, Adam he could kind of probably see that in me, because
Right.
he's a huge basketball junkie
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
So like the whole time I'm on set, like he's out there like shooting around, and it's funny because when I went into the bathroom, I swear it's a true story. Like I went into the bathroom in the corner of the set. I walk in the bathroom doing my thing, and the guys know, like when you doing your thing at the urinal, like you leave a little space in there or whatever,
Right.
right? So I'm over in the corner, then Adam Sandler like walks in the bathroom, and I'm like, all right, I gotta say something. It's Adam Sandler. Like, I'm in the bathroom
I'm
alone.
violate every code right now, the man.
Like I have to say
Right,
something.
right.
So I say to him, I'm like, is it weird if I tell my mom I met Adam Sandler in the bathroom? And he's like, nah, bro, you're good. You know what I mean? And then I told him obviously that I work with the Blue Coats, the Sixers, and we just kind of built a cool relationship from there, just hanging out on set, because you don't always get that with people of his magnitude.
The relationship must have been cool because when you watch The Hustle, when they're walking into the combine, Adam says, there go Ray Hancock. He don't ever stop working,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he gave him a shout out in the movie.
Yeah.
Such a big deal.
And you'll see
but
Ray with his hat, with his signature brim.
That was me.
So that was the first interaction you had with Adam Sandler in
Yeah,
that moment.
Well, the bathroom moment was the first
Right.
moment. But when he came into the Four Seasons, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna try something. He was like, all right, stay there. And he just pretty much did a complete improv. First time he walked in, he was like, there goes Ray Hancock, always working his butt off. No, first time he walked in, he said, because I'm standing next to our lead in the movie, Juancho Hernan Gomez, and first time he said, Ray Hancock's here, watch out for this guy. And then the second time he came in, he was like, there goes Ray Hancock, always working his butt off. And I was just like, I was lit. I was like, you know what I mean? But then, but I know like in film a lot, like you film so much, we were filming like 8 weeks, like that stuff is never guaranteed to make the film.
And it made the cut.
Right, and they made the cut. So I was excited, but I wasn't like going around like, oh, he said my name in the movie, because it's never guaranteed to make the final cut.
I will brag for you. That's
Thank
a big
you.
deal.
Thank
right,
you
it's a
so
big
much.
deal.
Okay, do you
I
know that's a big
appreciate it.
deal? First time interacting with someone of that caliber,
Oh, yeah.
that status, and
yeah.
you left an impression on him that he wanted to give you a shout out, and it was improv.
Yeah.
It wasn't even in the script, I bet.
Yeah.
And
not at all.
that's a big deal. So
Yeah.
we'll brag for you.
Thank you so
That's
much.
awesome.
Matter
That's
of
so
fact,
cool.
show the clip.
I'm
Show the clip.
forever.
Ray Hancock can't stop working his ass off. Come on. Come with me.
Ray, look, thank you for coming, man. Can you
brother.
keep us up to date with
Yes,
everything you got
please.
going on?
Yeah.
We want to make sure we celebrate you, man, and your accomplishments, and tell Delaware, because this is all about, this station is all for Delaware,
Yes,
right?
indeed.
We want to show the greatness of people
Yes.
and the talent of people, but
Yes.
most of all, your positivity on how, like what you said, your mind, you can do anything you want as long as you think it and believe it, right?
That's right.
And that's what it does. So we go from, us being in the basement to you now getting a shout out on the hustle.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, who does that?
By
Started
Adam
from the
Sandler.
bottom.
By Adam
himself.
Sandler,
Yeah.
the Sandman.
It's a
big
blessing,
deal.
man.
You know what I mean? So thanks for coming. Where can people check you out, follow you, and all that good stuff?
Follow me on Instagram at the Hall of Fame. Also, you can follow us on Instagram at the Academy Studio. Shout out to the Academy. It's actually our creative arts studio, just actually a block away from here.
Okay.
And we still in the community, man. Just working. Shout out to the Blue Coats for being voted Civic 50's top 50 most influential and helpful organizations
Shout
in the
out.
tri-state. Shout out to the Sixers, everything that they're doing for the community. Shout out to BioSteel. Shout out to Plush Vodka, which is a black-owned brand I'm working with. Work with a lot of different brands, but we trying to stay loyal to the soil, and appreciate you guys. Love you guys, man.
Loyal
Thank
to
you.
the
y'all
And thank
for
you.
having me,
Thank you
man.
for the gifts.
Yes, I'm gonna bring
Alright.
more swag back for the rest of the.
Okay, all right. Loyal to the soil. Ray Hancock was in the building. What's up, everyone? It's your main man, Big Ivan, the talk of the town, Mr. DETVCH.com, and I'm here with my wonderful and amazing co-host.
Vincenza.
We just stopped by to tell you to be sure, if you want any information on what's going on in Wilmington and to meet some dynamic people doing some amazing and great things, be sure to watch us live on Good Morning Wilmington on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m.,
Oh, Ivan, 10 a.m.
which he said, 10 a.m.
Listen to me. That's why he has me here. But yes, tune in live, 10 a.m. Monday and Wednesday on Good Morning Wilmington.
DETVCH.com.